we're gonna start with a bolster today. So put the bolster on the back of your mat and sit just in front of the bolster. Place the bolster not too close to your buttocks, so there is just keep a bit of space between your buttocks and the bolster. Put your feet firmly on the ground, knees touching. Knees touching, put your hands behind the buttocks, tuck the tailbone under, and lay down over the bolster. The idea is to open the chest more than usual, since the bolster will be just behind your chest and in between the shoulder blades. Roll the arms outward, slide the shoulder blades down with the waist, and pull the back of your head away from the shoulders. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Allow your body to relax with every exhalation. One more time. Relax your forehead, eyebrows, and skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes and let them sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face. Unclench your jaw. And let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, neck, and shoulders. Arms, forearms, and hands. Relax your back. Observe what the bolster do to your back. Observe the back shaping around the bolster. Observe your rib cage. Opening wider thanks to the bolster. Relax your belly and the whole abdominal area. Relax your hips, groins, relax your legs, knees, ankles and feet. Bring your attention on the rib cage again. And start observing your breath, every aspect of your breathing cycle. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Does inhalation and exhalation have the same length? Or one of the two phases is naturally longer? Observe without changing anything, not yet. Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation. The small moments where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the 4 phases of your breathing cycle. Inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause. And there too, observe. Is one of the 2 poses longer compared to the other? Or the 2 have the same length? Observe also that your throat is always open and relaxed, also during the suspended breath. 3 more observing breaths. At the end of the 3rd, take control. And start deepening your breath. Create a long, slow, steady breath. Observe the movement of your rib cage. Observe your rib cage opening more and more with your inhalation. Long, slow, deep breath. Start using the muscles of your rib cage and try and open even more your rib cage during your inhalation. Use your breath, but use also your muscles. Try and push the ribs even more to the sides. Long, steady breath. From your next breath, try and keep the muscles of your rib cage active to open the rib cage. Also in the first phases, in the first seconds of your exhalation. Inhale. Allow your rib cage to become wider. Keep your rib cage wide just for a few seconds, also at the beginning of your exhalation. Inhale. Keep your rib cage wide. Start exhaling still with the rib cage wide, and only when you have no more air, then relax your rib cage and finish your exhalation. Inhale. Open your chest wider. Use the muscles on your chest to keep the chest open for the first moments. and then relax and exhale completely. 3 more exhalation. Keep your chest as wide as you can for the first moments of your exhalation. At the end of the third breath, go back to a normal breath, not controlled. Interlace your fingers behind your head. And allow the 2 elbows to move toward the ground. Okay. Same thing for the legs. Put your feet in Baddha Konasana and allow your knees to open wide. And in this position, do the same breath that you did before. So inhale deeply on your chest. Keep your chest open for the first moments of your exhalation before releasing the tension and exhaling completely. Inhale. Chest wide. Use the muscles of your chest to keep the chest wide and relax completely. One last time. Move your elbows toward the sky and hold, keep the hand behind the head and use your arms to come up. Okay, yes. Now you can just put your hands on the ground and come up. Okay, perfect. Move your bolster away. Dandasana. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Lift your arms up. Push your thumb back. Look in front of you, just in front of your eyes. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, bend your right leg, slide the right ankle right under the left knee. Without moving the right leg, just bend the left leg behind, in front. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, roll your hips forward. Look in front of you. When you arrive at your maximum, still with your arms up toward the sky, the more that you can, count 3 breaths. And at the end of the 3rd breath, lower your hand and allow the spine to unwind, to relax down toward the ground. 3 breaths again. At the end of the 3rd breath, slowly come up. Straighten your legs, stand up, shoulder blades down. Lift your arms up, shoulder blades down. Put your, lift your hands. Okay. Put your hands, move your hands back. Look in front of you. Inhale deeply. And do the same thing with the other leg. So bend your left, slide the left shoulder, left ankle right under the right knee. Bend your right leg. Inhale deeply, and with the exhalation, start rolling the hips forward. Look in front of you. When you arrive at your maximum, 3 breaths. Keep on pushing your arms up to the sky for 3 breaths. And at the end of your 3rd breath, relax completely and go down toward the ground. Again for 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, slowly come up and sit over on your heels. Put your hands on the upper thighs, stand them up, shoulder blades down. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, roll your hips backward, round your spine, push your spine to the back of the mat, and look at your belly. Inhale, roll your hips forward, look at the sky, and push the 2 shoulders back. Exhale, look at your belly, round your spine. Inhale, look at the sky, arch your spine. Exhale, roll your arms inward and look at your belly. Inhale, roll your arms outward and look at the sky. One more time. Look at your belly when you exhale. Look at the sky when you inhale. Okay. And there, start creating circles, starting with your hips. The hips start creating circles, and the circles move also toward the belly and the lumbar spine. Observe if there is any tension in the lumbar spine. Roll also on the other side, create circles on the other side. Okay. Now, tabletop position, but we're not gonna do a lot on tabletop position, don't worry. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, tuck your toes under. Adho Mukha Svanasana, just for 1 breath. At the end of your breath, go back in tabletop position, and then go completely down to the ground, belly on the mat. Put your hands next to your hips with the palm of the hand facing the sky. Inhale. With the exhalation, lift your head, shoulders, and arms. Relax your buttocks and legs. 3 breaths, look in front of you. And try and relax all the muscles that are not needed for this position. At the end of the 3rd breath, lower your head. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, 1 more time, lift your head, shoulders, and hands. Relax your buttocks, your legs. Look in front of you for 3 breaths. the end of the third breath, lower your head, and again, 3 long, steady breaths. At the end of the third breath, again, lift your head, shoulders, arms. Inhale deeply. And with the exhalation, move your right hand toward your right feet. Three breaths. At the end of the third, go to center, and without lowering your head, go to the other side. So push your left hand toward the left feet. 3 breaths. Go back to center and lower your head. 3 breaths with your head facing right, the right side. 3 breaths facing the left side. At the end of the third breath, put your hands under face. Put your face, either the forehead or the chin, over the head, over the hand. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, lift your feet. 3 breaths. Just lift your feet. Keep the feet off the ground for 3 breaths. Try and relax the shoulders, arms, and face. At the end of the third, lower your feet again. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, again, inhale deeply, and with the exhalation, lift your feet. And move the 2 feet together. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, lower your feet again. 3 breaths again. At the end of the third, 1/3 time, lift your feet, put your feet together. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, lift your head, shoulders, and arms. Put your hands toward the feet. Yes, 3 breaths. And try and relax your buttocks again. Just the buttocks, not the legs. At the end of the third breath, lower your body, push with your hands against the ground, and move into Balasana, child pose. Find the version that is more comfortable for you, either with the knees together or the knees wide, hands to the front or to the back. Up to you to find your position. Okay. Put your hands again on your upper thighs. Create circles with your hips, but allow the movement of the hips move up along the spine, also to move your shoulders. So create movements, create circles with each vertebra. Okay. Turn also on the other side. Yay, perfect, amazing. Okay, now stay still with your chest, but try and create circles with your head without going to your maximum. Often when we do this, we want to just do our maximum, but just try and control it. Try and find a beautiful circle, beautiful spiral. It can also be a spiral, but without going too much further. So just find your comfortable way. Close your eyes and observe if there's any tension when you do those circles and where the circles can be. Move also on the other side. Always the two sides have to be worked. And now, still with your eyes closed, turn on the other side again, but imagine that you're pulling your head toward the sky. So you're creating circles, but in the meantime, you're also pulling your head toward the sky. So there's a sort of traction around your neck. Observe the different feelings when you do those circles. Turn also on the other side. Keep on pulling your head toward the sky. And relax. Okay. Roll your arms outward, push your thumb back to open the chest. Lower your hand to open even more your chest. And just for a brief moment, squeeze your shoulder blades. Just for a brief moment. Without compromising the opening of the chest, release the two shoulder blades. Okay, perfect. Put your hands on the ground, tuck your toes under, push up, and enter Uttanasana. Uttanasana with the 2 feet together. The 2 feet are together. Keep the weight of the body on the ball of the feet. Keep the legs straight. And the weight of the body a bit forward to allow the spine to unwind. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, put your hands on the waist, bend your knees and come up. Do a big step forward with your right leg. Big, big, big. Okay. Roll your right leg outward and left leg inward to have your hips parallel to the small side of the mat. Roll your arms outward, push the thumb back, open the chest. Okay, same thing that we did before. Squeeze the two shoulder blades and observe that your chest will open even further. And try and keep the chest open, but release the shoulder blades. Roll your hips backward to help you move the belly in. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, bend slowly your right leg. Keep on rolling the hip backward to help lengthening the left groin. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Relax your arms a little bit. Yeah, okay. But keep on rolling the hips backward to lengthen the left groin and to allow the belly to move inward. Push the left heel back to help straighten the left leg. Okay. Look at your right knee and observe if the right knee is aligned with your feet and hip or is a little bit to the side, either inward or outward. In case it's not completely aligned, you know what to do. Roll your thighs inward or outward to align your feet, knees, and hip. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. And keep on rolling the hip forward. To help you roll the hip, backward, try, without moving the left feet, imagine that you want to push the feet to the ground. Imagine also, maybe imagine to kick in a certain way your left leg into the ground, to go through the ground. And observe that doing this, you will lengthen even more your left groin. Beautiful. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, straighten your right leg and go back into Tadasana. Using the back leg in a different way, that is, I don't think that you felt a lot the right leg that was bent, and usually that was the leg that is more demanding. But if you use all the instrument that we used in this version, you're gonna feel more the back leg, and feeling more the back leg will ease the pressure in the front one. Ready for the other side? Okay, so big step to the front with your left leg. Big. Okay. Roll your right leg inward and left leg outward to have your hip parallel to the small side of the mat. Okay. There. Start slowly to bend your left leg. But push your right heel back Roll the hip in backward to allow the belly to go inward and to lengthen even more your groin. Focus on this movement. The big work it's around the hip. The hip has to go backward to allow your right groin to lengthen. Push your right heel back to the side, sternum up, shoulder blades down, roll the arms outward. Squeeze the two shoulder blades just for a brief moment, and then release and relax your arms. Keep on rolling the hip backward, even more, 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 more. Use more and more your right leg. The more you have your chest over the hip and not leaning forward, the more you're gonna use your back leg. And there, imagine to kick your right leg into the ground, through the ground, and observe the action on your groin. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Keep your right leg active, strong. 3 breaths. Belly in, hips backward. And slowly straighten your left leg and go back into Tadasana. Okay, close your eyes and observe the feelings on your feet and on your legs, on your groins and on your belly. Just observe all the different feelings of this weird variation. Open your eyes again. And again, big step to the front with your right leg. Put your hands behind your lumbar spine. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Move the 2 elbows closer. Bend your right leg, just like we did before. Put your hands against the hip. Not, don't interlace your fingers, just put your hands in this area with the fingers, yes, pointing the ground. Okay, just like we did before. Start rolling the hip backward. When you arrive at your more or less maximum, lift your chest, look toward the sky, and allow the hand to go down toward the buttocks, and allow to open and to go down your head and shoulders. Three breaths. At the end of the third breath, come up. Huge opening of the chest and change leg. So, left leg to the front, right leg to the back. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Put your hands behind the lumbar spine with the fingers pointing the ground. Move the 2 elbows closer. Bend your left leg, start rolling the hip backward. Sternum up, shoulder blades down, and start leaning backward. Move your head more toward the buttocks and lean backward. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, slowly come up. Keep your feet wide, close your eyes, and observe the opening of the chest that we just did. Put your hands behind, while in contact with your hamstrings. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Push with your hips slightly forward, but with your head and shoulders, lean backward. Keep a contact between your hand and the legs to stay in position. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, come back to center. Roll the hips forward and lean forward. Relax your spine. Relax your head. Put the weight of the body on the ball of the feet. And allow the spine to relax completely. Three breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, lift your head just a tiny bit. Keep the spine parallel to the ground. Put your left hand right under your head, your face. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, push with your left hand against the ground and push the left shoulders to the right. In the meantime, lift your hand, your right hand to the sky, and push your right shoulders to the left. Align the chi hand and arms. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, slowly lower your right hand. Put your right hand under the face. Push with your right hand against the ground. Push your right shoulders to the left. Lift your left hand. Push your left shoulders to the right and align again the chi, arms and hands. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, lower your left hand again. Put your weight on the ball of the feet and relax your spine again. Relax your arms, your shoulders, your neck. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, bend your knees, put your hands on the waist, and slowly come up. Okay. Walk like Tally Teplin. Tadasana, mountain pose. The 2 feet are touching, the 2 big toes are touching, the heels are slightly apart. There too, roll the hip backward to allow the belly to go inward. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Roll the arms outward, push the thumb back. Squeeze the 2 shoulders, the 2 shoulder blades. And now allow the 2 shoulder blades to relax again, but without losing the opening of the chest. Keep the chest open. Close your eyes. Relax completely your arms and hands. Okay. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply. Use the muscles of your chest to keep the chest open for the first moment of the exhalation, like we did at the beginning, and then release the tension. Inhale, allow the rib cage to become wider. Keep the rib cage open also at the very first moments of the exhalation before releasing the tension. One last time. Open your eyes and find the drishti, a fixed point just in front of you. Lean on your right side, bend your left side, open the left knee, and put your left feet against the right leg, no matter where it's more comfortable for you. Put your hands in prayer position just in front of the chest. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, lift your hands and align your head with the top of your head. Lower your shoulder blades. Keep your elbows wide. Keep the upper arm in this position. Keep the elbows exactly in this position, but open your forearm. To open your hands to the sky. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, lower your hands and feet together in the meantime. Back into Tadasana. Ground yourself. Lean on your left leg. Bend your right leg. Open your right knee. Put your right feet against the left leg. Put your hands in prayer position just in front of the chest. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, lift your arms and put your hands aligned with the top of your head. Lower your shoulder blades. Allow the elbows to go wider. And now keep your upper arm and elbows in this position. Inhale deeply, and with the exhalation, open your forearm to open your hands toward the sky. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, allow your arms and leg to go down at the same time. And again, Tadasana. Find your stable position. Close your eyes. and put your attention in your forehead. Observe your forehead and try and see also if there's any feelings in this area. You can experience, for instance, a sort of lightness in this area, or freshness, or others, or nothing today. Just witness if there's anything. And once that you observed the forehead, move your attention lower on your head, on your throat, neck, base of the throat. Observe if there's anything in this area. And then move down to the chest. And there too, observe if there's anything. And keep on moving down around the diaphragm. Observe if there's any tension or any different feelings. And then around your belly. Again, observe any feelings that can be there, that may or may not be there. And move on your pelvic area. And there too, observe from within if there's anything. If there's nothing, it doesn't mean that it's bad. Maybe it simply means that it's balanced. Open your eyes and get down to the ground again. Lift your feet toward the ground, toward the sky. Put your hands in cactus pose for 5 breaths. Even if you have your legs up to the sky, try and relax your belly. At the end of the 3rd breath, bend your knees and push without taking the knees physically. Push your knees toward the chest. Inhale. With the exhalation, move your legs on the right side and allow the 2 knees to go down to the ground. If the left shoulders move up, it's not a problem. Not a problem at all. 3 breaths. Look into your left side. At the end of the 3rd breath, go back to center. Push your knees to the chest. Inhale. With the exhalation, move your knees to the left. If the right shoulders move up, it's not a problem. Allow the two knees to go down to the ground and look at your right side for 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, go back to center. Roll on your right side, push with your left hand to sit up. We're not yet in Shavasana, but start taking all the props that you need for Shavasana, because we're going to move to Shavasana quite fast. So if you need any sweatshirt or socks, everything you need, just grab it. Now, keep your knees more or less under the hips, but allow the top of your head to move and be in contact with your ground. Once that you have the top of your head in contact with the ground, interlace the hands behind your back and straighten your leg, and straighten your arm. Push your hands toward the ground, toward the sky. 5 breaths. Push the more you can, the hands up to the sky. This will help you ease the tension in the neck. So push, push, push for 5 breaths. At the end of the 5th breath, go in a child pose. And stay in child pose for 5 breaths. At the end of the 5th breath, enter Dandasana, but sit over your hands. Allow the chest to move up to the sky. Now bend your elbows and allow the elbows to go down to the ground. Keep on pushing the chest up to the sky and allow the head to move to your back. Slowly start straightening, slowly, your head to allow the head to touch the ground just a tiny bit. When you have this contact with the ground, push even more with the elbows against the ground to keep the contact really small. 3 breaths. And at the end of the 3rd breath, enter Shavasana. If you need, you can put your bolster right under the knees. If you have something heavy, put it over your belly. Allow your legs to roll outward and push the back of your head away from the shoulder to lengthen the spine. For the first moments of Shavasana, observe the passing of the air on your nostrils. Observe the air entering your body through the nostrils. In and out. Observe without changing anything. Just observe the movement of the air in and out through the nostrils. Observe this movement without changing anything. Become a witness. And if you find this observation quite easy, move your attention at the base of the throat. And observe the movement of the skin around your throat. If there's any thoughts coming up, it's completely normal. But as soon as you've realized that there are thoughts coming up, bring back your attention at the base of the throat, at the skin, at the movement of the skin. If it's too hard, go back to observing the air through the nostrils. When you feel ready, you can enter Shavasana. Om Satoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya Om Satoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya Om Satoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya. Slowly start moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tension. One last time. Bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a few moments before sitting comfortably for the chant of 3 on. Keep your spine straight, but yet relaxed. Thumb and index finger together. Close your eyes. Inhale. Put your hands in prayer position just in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.